Rasmus Hojlund might help Manchester United get the best out of Antony. Man Utd are yet to see the best of Antony, but the £85.5 million winger could return to the side this weekend with a new striker to play off. Manchester United didn't see the best of Antony in his first season at the club, but there was an expectation more was to come this year, after what was only his third campaign in European football in 2022-23 and in a team set up to get the best out of him. But any hopes of the £85.5 million winger kicking on were derailed by the assault accusations made against him, which led to a 19-day leave of absence from his club to fight the complaints. Antony has been interviewed by Greater Manchester police and law officials in Sao Paulo over the allegations made by a former girlfriend. While Antony is back in training and came off the bench twice before the latest international break, United will keep the situation under review while police inquiries continue. For now, however, the Brazilian is available and he could return to the starting 11 against Sheffield United on Saturday. With Jadon Sancho currently unavailable as a result of his feud with Erik ten Hag, United have struggled to fill the right wing slot that Antony vacated. Having played around 40 minutes against Galatasaray and Brentford, the winger started a behind-closed-doors friendly against Barnsley last week and might not be considered fit enough to start for the first time since September 3. There might be more to that decision than just fitness, given the accusations that still circle over Antony, but if Erik ten Hag decides he is in the right place to play, then we can expect him to play. Ten Hag pushed hard for the singing of Antony and has started him consistently when he's been available. The desire to sign the 23-year-old was so intense United overpaid for him, compared to the figures quoted earlier in the window. That price tag is now a burden that Antony must carry. There were signs of promise in pre-season, when he scored against Borussia Dortmund and Lens, playing particularly well in the latter friendly. That was the day the signing of Rasmus Hojlund was unveiled to the Old Trafford crowd, and although there was excitement around United at the potential of the Dane, there was also a view amongst the coaching staff that the 20-year-old could get the best out of Antony. Last season, United lacked a striker who could get them up the pitch. With Cristiano Ronaldo gone, there wasn't a forward comfortable at holding the ball up and playing with his back to goal. Despite his size, Wout Weghorst lacked the physicality for that, while Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial prefer to drop deep to get the ball or move wide. But in Hojlund, United now have a strong and physical number 9. In his brief Old Trafford career so far, he has displayed how good he is at holding the ball up, allowing his teammates to get up the pitch and then combining to get them into danger areas. Last season, Antony was getting the ball in areas that were too deep to hurt the opposition. He would often pick up possession on halfway, but he lacks the pace and trickery to consistently beat a fullback and carry the ball 30 or 40 yards. His reliance on his left foot in those situations would often see him drift towards the touchline. At Ajax, he often did his best work when getting possession in the final third, rather than the middle third of the pitch. Ten Hag's Ajax side were so dominant they could play further up the pitch, and this meant Antony would get the ball either in a dangerous area or when he was already running forward into wide-open territory, without a defender to beat. United couldn't do that as often last season. While Rashford can excel in carrying the ball long distances and can make defenders backtrack with his speed, Antony couldn't rely on those traits. Think back to his goals last season. Against Arsenal and Everton, he is running onto the ball in the penalty area. Against Manchester City, Charlton and Real Betis, he takes possession just outside the area, but in from the touchline and facing the goal. The hope is the presence of Hojlund might see Antony get the ball in those areas more often. United are certainly playing further up the pitch this season, due to a combination of their £72 million striker and the ability to play a higher line with Andre Onana in goal. So far, Antony and Hojlund are yet to start together. That could change against Sheffield United on Saturday, and while Antony's long-term situation remains unclear at the moment, on the pitch United will hope to see a more influential winger than last season.